Good morning, class. Today we start our next topic of natural language processing. In this unit number 3, we will cover very important topic of the core of natural language processing. That is the lexical semantics, topic modeling, and entity linking. So till now, we have to see what is the stop word, what is the limitization, what is the theming. Now onward, we will find out the actual meaning of that particular word in context of that sentence or in context of that data set. So here we have to find out the lexical semantics. Right. So the semantics mean that we are more focusing on the meaning of the word or meaning of that particular sentence as compared to the syntax. In syntax concept or in syntax, we have to more focusing on the predefined syntax. The sentence has to follow the predefined syntax. But in lexical semantics, we are focusing on the information. What information we are getting from that sentence. So what is the definition? The lexical semantics is concerned with a semantic meaning, related connection among the lexical items, and the internal meaning related structure of the individual lexical items. So this lexical semantic is more related to the meaning, systematic meaning in connection with the lexical items, and the internal meaning of that particular word we have to find out using the structure of individual lexical items. What is the lexical item? To identify the semantic of lexical item, we need to focus on the notation of lexeme and individual entry in the lexicon. So this lexeme is nothing but a notation that we are used to individually enter into the lexicon. So what is this lexeme? The lexeme should be thought of as pairing of particular orthophonic and phonological form with some sort of symbolic meaning representation. This orthophonic and the phonological form. So this orthographic form and the phonological form refer to appropriate form part of the lexeme, and these things refer to the lexeme's meaning counterpart. So you also know that nowadays in CBSE pattern study from the first standard onward, they are more emphasizing on teaching, focusing on the teaching on phonics based teaching. You may have heard the word phonics. Okay, for example, for the apple. Right? So they are more concentrating on, focusing on the phonological form of the word. How this noun, how it can be used in that word. So this is one of the word, you can say that verge. Okay, and this sentence, this word verge having the 3 versions. The first version is a noun. The second version is also noun. And the third version is a verb. So you can use this word either as a noun, either as a second noun, or either as a verb. The meaning of this sentence word is different from according to their version. So this is a version of the word. And you can also see same word in a Google. So you can get the same output. Okay. So if you are using the word as a noun, so its meaning as an extreme limit beyond which something specific will happen. Okay, for example, I was on the verge of the tear. So here the word is used as a noun. In this, a verge as a noun, a road carried before a bishop or dean as an emblem of office. And if you word this verge as a verb, so it is meaning has been changed, and it can be a inkling in a certain direction or toward a particular stage. And the example is that his child verge into art noun school. Okay. So we are more focusing on the meaning of that particular word. We are not going through the syntax of the sentence. In the syntax and the semantics, the syntax is a predefined rule. You can say that it's a predefined rule. But in a semantic, you have to find out the actual meaning of that particular word and where it has been it fits. So this word either it can be a noun or it can be a verb. And how you can use that word in your sentence, so that is a challenging task for the semantics. A meaning related fact. This is the definition from the American Heritage Dictionary that is developed by the Morris in 1985. So let us consider this red and the blood, right and the left. Okay, so what is the meaning of this right? What is the meaning of this left? What is the meaning of this red and what is the meaning of that blood? So if you see that these two words, red. So what is the red? Red is the color of a blood or a ruby. If you consider it is one of the nouns. Okay, so whenever you are seeing the red, so it may be a color of a blood or it can be a ruby. Okay, and when you say that the blood is the red liquid. So you can see that this word is also appearing here. And this blood word is also appearing in this meaning. So they are related to each other. The blood is available in the red and red is available in the meaning of blood. So the red liquid that circulates in the heart, that is called the blood, that is a red in color, and it is a liquid and it is a circulate in the heart, in arteries and the vein of the animal. Okay, but when you say that the red, so the red is the color of a blood or a ruby as a noun. Okay, now what is the right and the left? So this is also very interesting. So what is the right? So right is located near right and being on the right when facing the same direction as the observer. And what is the left? Left is located near to this side of the body than the right. Okay, so you are taking the relation of this right word in the left to explain this word left. Got it? So whenever you are saying that the left, so left is nothing but the right of your body. Okay, it is located to this side of the body than the right. So they are related facts. So there is a relation between these two words in their meaning. Okay, so red is having some relation with the blood and blood having some relation with the red. So you can say that these are the correlated to each other whenever you are explaining the red and the blood. And same is right and left. Yes, they are also related to each other, at least left and right. Okay, so these are the related facts among the words. The entries are description of lexemes in the term of other lexemes. This definition makes it clear that right and the left are similar kind of lexemes that stand in some kind of alternation or in the opposition to one another. So you can either take as a left and the right as a opposition. Okay, so left-handed and the right-handed, you can say that they are the opposite to each other. We can claim that red is a color and it can be applied to both blood and the ruby. And the blood is a liquid. So this word having the meaning and they are present in the explanation of that particular meaning. Okay, so when you say that the red, so red is always a color, but it can be a blood, that is a red color blood, and it can be a ruby because there are the rubies also in a red color. Okay, so they are related to each other. So these lexemes in terms of other lexemes. So here we are describing the one lexeme, this is one of the lexemes, in the term of other lexemes. So the red lexeme and the blood is also one lexeme. But to describing these two, they are to each other. They are related to each other. Okay. Now this is most important. You have to just note it down it because all our next lectures are totally depend on this relation between the homonymy, polysemy, synonymy, antonymy, hyperonymy, hyponymy, and the meronymy. So we will see one by one, but you have to keep in mind that these are the basic keywords from today onward we can use in our lecture. Okay, so you can note down the meaning of this each and every word, its meaning, so that whenever we are explaining about this term, you must understand. Okay, so first, what is by the homonymy? The homonymy is defined as a relation that holds between the words that have the same form with an unrelated meaning. Okay. So here we are giving some relation between the two words. Let us consider the word A and the word B. These are the two words. They have the same form, but they are not unrelated meaning. The meaning is totally different. That is, they are not related to each other. That is unrelated meaning. So that is called the homonymy. For example, bat and the bat, bank and the bank. But they both don't have they are unrelated. Okay. Why? Because when you say that the bat, so this bat may be a wooden stick like thing, because you know that what is a bat. When you play the cricket, So you have to use a bat. And what is that bat? That is a wooden stick. And another meaning of the bat, that is a flying mammal. Okay. They are having the same form. So you can see that they are having the same form with unrelated meaning. This is called as a homonym. Okay, so bat. One bat, this is a wooden stick, and another bat, this is a flying mammal. Then bank versus bank. So one bank is a financial institute, while other bank is a riverside. They are having the same form, means they are same, looking like the same. But in one sentence, if you write down the bank, and in another sentence you are writing the bank, both having the either same meaning or the same meaning based on their context. Okay, because in one sentence you can see that the meaning of the bat is nothing but the wooden stick, while the same word, that is a bat, having another meaning, that is a flying animal. Committee hai. Okay, so the bank and the bank, even though they are the same word, but meaning is different. So they are not related to each other. So totally different. One is a financial institute, another is a another is a riverside. So they don't have any relation. So that is called a homonym. Then homophones and the homograph. So what is a homophone? The homophones are words with the same pronunciation but different spelling. Okay, we have pronoun same, right, peace. The pronunciation are the same, but the meaning and the spelling are different. And where this problem is occurred, why we learn this all, and where it is implemented. So let us consider there is one Alexa. Okay, and you are giving the command to the Alexa that Alexa write a dot. Okay, so what that Alexa is understand, that write is a WRITE, right, or RIGST, right? How that particular machine will get the correct meaning of the word. Okay, so that may be a piece or piece. Which one is a piece? P-I-E-C or P-E-A-C? So when you use the voice command concept, okay, so this voice command, you are giving this voice command to your machine learning algorithm or any other deep learning algorithm. So how they can be understand that which one is the correct one? Is it right? The WRITE one is right or right? So this is called a homophone, where the phonics, that is the pronunciation. The pronunciation are the same, but the spelling are different. That is called the homophone. And homograph, these are the lexemes with the same orthographic but the different meaning. Okay, so what is the bass? So it is related to your guitar bass, or what is this one? Okay, so this is called the homograph. Now, what are the challenges you have to face in between the homophones and the homograph? So they are creating a problem while we are working on the text to speech. A same orthographic form, but the different phonological form. When you are converting the text to the speech. And another one is information retrieval. Okay, so actually what happens when you giving the command to the Alexa, it converts your voice command into the text command, and then it is sent a text query to the search engine, find out the information, then again convert that text into the word. Okay, so that information retrieval, that is nothing but the information retrieval we are doing using the Alexa or any voice command based application. So in that case, these homophones and the homographs create a problem. Okay, while we are working on the text to speech command and information retrieval. And in the speech recognition, so what do you get the two? TO2, TW2 or TOO2. So these are the some challenges we have to face in natural language processing to solve using the various tendencies. Okay, so various challenges are text to speech, when you are converting your text to the speech, then information retrieval and the speech recognition. So these are the challenges we have to face with homophones and the homographs. Now the next policy. Here the multiple related meaning with a single lexeme. Okay, what is the policy? It is a multiple related meaning with a single lexeme. Now, the meaning, the bank was constructed in 1875 out of the local red brick. And the second sentence is, I withdraw the money from the bank. So what you understand from the first sentence and what you understand from the second sentence? Yes, this is a question to all of you. Let us take a discussion. What do you understand from the first sentence? Yes, Kaustubh Shah. Hello. Hello. Kaustubh Shah, are you there? Okay. Romir Mathur. Yes, Romir. Romir Mathur. Rishikesh Saharao. So in the policing, what we are understand, so there is a one sentence, you can say it as a single lexeme, that is a bank. Okay. So in the both sentence, the bank is common. The bank lexeme is a common. But you can see that the meaning or the sense of that particular sentence is totally different. So from the sentence one, we are getting the sense, that is called as a sense one, that is it is more related to the bank, the building of the bank. So we are more concentrated on the building. And in the second sentence, it is more related to the financial institute or financial organization. Why it is indicating the financial institute or financial organization? Because this word, that is a withdraw or debate. So withdraw means, yes, there is something operation is been going on in that particular banking. So that bank is now started. But it is not indicate anything in the first sentence that the bank was constructed in 1875. So, okay, it is mean that you have to construct the bank. So that is nothing but you have to build the one building there. Okay, so this is called as a polysim concept, that is related the meaning with a single lexeme. So here my single lexeme, what is my single lexeme? My single lexeme here is nothing but the bank, and that is the word of bank is my single lexeme. But it has a different thing, it has a different meaning. Even though it is appear in the sentence number 1 and it is appear in the sentence number 2, but the sense of that particular sentence has a difference. The first sentence is more related to the building of a bank, and second sentence is more related to the financial organization or financial institute. Okay. Now this is another example. The heavy snow caused the roof of the school to collapse. The school hired more teachers this year than ever before. Okay, so in both sentence, in the sentence number 1 and in the sentence number 2, which is a common lexeme, which is a common single lexeme, we are say that this is a school. So if you consider the school is my lexeme, a single lexeme, and now I want to find out the sense of the sentence 1 and the sentence 2. So the first sentence is again more related to the heavy snow caused the roof of the school to collapse. It means that it is more related to the building of my school. Building of a school. Okay, and in the second sentence, the school hired more teachers this year than ever before. Okay, the school hired more teachers means it is more related to the management of the school. Or you can say that the organization. Okay, the second sentence is both related to the school only. Okay, both having the same, because we are taking the single lexeme, that is the school. But the meaning you are getting from this sentence, or the sense you are getting from this sentence, is that this is more related to the building of the school, and this is more related to the management or the organization of the school. Okay, so this is called as a polysim. So often the relationship are systematic, that is a building versus organization. So in the first one there is a building, in the second sentence there is organization. Then school, university, hospital, church, supermarket. So these are having the both. Means if you say that the school, so school must require the building, and it must be organized by it must be handled by some of the organization. If you are considering the university, so obviously for the university you require the building, and to handle that university you require the organization. Same with the hospital, same with the church, same with the supermarket. So you cannot say that there is a supermarket and there is no building. Okay, that is not a supermarket, that is simply bazaar. Okay, so that may be keep on the road. Okay, so that is called the weekly bazaar in our India, right? So that is not a building, they don't require any building for that. But if you say that the supermarket, for example D-Mart, for example Big Bazaar, okay, so they are the supermarket, and for that supermarket there must be a building, and only constructing the building it is not possible to handle the supermarket. Okay, so you require some organization also. So what are the sentence you are written? So based on that sentence, you can say that this is more related to the building and this is more related to the organization. Okay, so these are some more examples. Then the author James Austin wrote Ima and work on the work of author that is really low, the James Austin. Okay, then the animal chicken was domesticated in Asia. Meat, the chicken was overcooked. And the tree that may be a plum have with beautiful blossom, and the fruit that is ate and preserved plum yesterday. So these are the some of the more examples related to the polysim. Okay. Now there is one text very popular or this polyism, that is called as a Sigma test. Okay. So which of these flights serve the breakfast, and does the Midwest Express serve the Finland? Okay. So combine the two separate use of the lexeme into the single example using the conjunction. For example, since it is sound weird. Okay, you cannot combine these two words, two sentence combining. Okay, because it creates a word. For example, which of these flights are the breakfast, like the Midwest Express or the Finland? So they have the different sense, and you cannot combine them. Okay, so you have to find out are they two sentences are related to each other or not, or are they weird? So there is one test called as a Sigma test. You have to, using the Sigma test, you can find out the similarity between the two sentences. Okay, so this is all about the polyism. In the next lecture, we will see the next topic, that is a synonym.